Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play UnderRail. This will be part 67 of our Let's Play. And in the last episode, we won. We freed South UnderRail from the Protectorate, the Cans. And now we're basically looking for, people that'll pay us for work. We finished all our missions in Junkyard, finished all our missions in Rail Crossing. All of our stuff for the Black Eels. Free drones done. Southgate Station. So, we still don't know what happened to the merchants Terry and Laura Baker, but you guys have said repeatedly that it's pretty far off track, so I'm not going to focus on that one. We do have to find out what the Faceless are searching for. I don't really know how to start with that, so I'm just going to, we'll play that one by ear. And that's sort of our main quest, from what I understand. So, Camp Hathor. We still haven't dealt with the Rathound King. We should do that. We should do that at some point, but we are all the way in Core City, so we'll do that later. Now, for Jack Quicksilver, we have to go to the Foundry and locate one of their cells there. I'll do that later, but for now, we're kind of focusing on this Ohad Zander mission that suspects that Daniel Arder and he's selling his combat drug called Hercules, and it's fake. Now, we talked to the doctor, and they said that you should have it tested. Now, I think that's a great idea, but at the moment, no one's going to sort of help us. So we're trying to find someone that will pay us for work. I don't know who that's going to be yet. We're sort of tossing up between what I think are the three sort of factions you can take in Core City, which I'm assuming because they're everywhere, which is like Chort, JKK, and Cortec. Now, I don't know which one we're going to find, but we're looking for JKK at the moment. Norman, you come to an average-height blonde man holding a real book in his hand, reading it quietly. A real book as opposed to a fake book. He's dressed in a stylish, high-cost suit while wearing equally fashionable shoes, all free of even a speck of dust. Okay, so he's a bit fancy. Meanwhile, his physique is as unimpressive as his gelled hair, seeing that an average South Underrailer can break him in two without breaking a sweat. Seeing that an average South Underrailer can break him in two without breaking a sweat. He closes the book, takes a brief look at you, and begins a conversation with an entirely unique greetings. Can-ho, approacher. Can-ho? A joyful smile materialized on his face. Ah, finally! Someone who is not an uncultured swine. You speak Advertongue, yes? You speakish Advertongue, yea? Nah, I just repeated what you say. Yeah, let's not do this any longer. Gah! I see you are one of the uneducated ones, which doesn't flummox me one bit, considering our current location. This is Core City, after all. No matter, since you're already here, I might as well educate you, if only a bit. Hear me. The language you witnessed me using is called Advertongue, and it is a contemporary, modernized, and improved version of the language most of us use, Common Tongue, as I will refer to it from now on. For you see, I was feeling indisposed and exhausted of all the inconsistencies and, how do I express myself, unnaturalness of Common Tongue. Thus I, Professor Norman Hack of the University of Dis, one day made a conscious decision to liberate some of my time, sit down and do my best to ameliorate this stale mess into one endearing, beautiful language. Much pretty tongue. It resembles the Common Tongue, true, but only to a minuscule degree. For instance, Common Tongue was a language dominated by exceptions to rules, relying on memorizing phonic patterns in order to maintain proper pronunciation, strict sentence structure. I could go on and on. All this has been evicted in Advertongue, for the whole language has been standardized and tuned towards absolute consistency in every aspect imaginable, creating a clearer, more natural lingual experience free of ambiguity. Much pretty. There is so much more to speak of it, but first I'd like for you to tell me why you're here, and what do you want from me? What can you tell me about JKK? JKK? As soon as I open my doors, I am greeted by the sight of their headquarters. They broadcast that dreadful arena, feeding it to the unwashed masses. On top of it, they organize betting to further relieve the poor creatures' already barren pockets. Their heads are already desolate, so why not their pockets too? I'd rather not have anything to do with JKK. Do not do. And I have no better opinion of Cortec or Praetorian security, for that matter. Primitive lot. Okay, so it might be Cortec, Praetorian security, or JKK. Interesting. See you around, Norman. In Adventung, it's observant eusoklos Norman gentleman. Remember that, please. Okay. So, we probably want the one that's kind of close to our, you know, our skill set. So what do you say it was? Cortec... Oh, I've forgotten. My mind is like a sieve. JKK, Cortec, or... Praetorian security, that was it. Observant Eunoklos, Norman... Soklos, Norman gentleman. Good, you're learning much. Is there anything in the barrels? Probably nothing, like... Yeah. Okay, well let's see what JKK's all about. The man stops typing and looks at you. Welcome to JKK headquarters, Mr. OzzieNerd. Mr. OzzieNerd, nice to meet you. My name is Vaughn. How can I help you? Can you tell me about JKK? JKK is the major broadcasting organization in Core City. We make sure every arena match brought to everyone. Make sure every arena match is brought to everyone in both South and North UnderRail. Even the poorest zoners get the chance to experience the brutality of the arena. Moreover, for those interested in betting on arena matches, JKK is the organization responsible for it. And much more. Without JKK, Core City would not be what it is today. I'm looking for some work. Very good. And what kind of work are you looking for? I don't know. What do you have available? We might have something. If you'd excuse me for a brief moment, I'll see if we happen to have anything available. Van presses a button on his headset and starts speaking to someone. You pretend not to listen, but you can hear your name being mentioned a couple of times, and also notice that the man nods his head several times, as if he's agreeing with something that's been said. After several minutes, the conversation ends. Sorry for waiting, but in return I have some good news. It might seem like a coincidence, but we are in need of a capable individual, and you just might be the one. If you're still interested, I'll let you through to Miss Vivian Young. You'll find her right near the entrance, just beyond this door. And before I forget, you can only move about the first floor of the building. Access to other areas is forbidden to visitors. Just to be clear. Thank you, I'll go see Miss Young now. Interesting. I don't really know if I want to talk... So, I mean, it's pretty clear that the other ones are kind of broken up then. Actually, can I get Norman to tell me about the Oligarchs? Because they're like the factions that run the city, right? So I want to find out who they are. I get the feeling JKK's not one of them. Can you tell me about the Oligarchy? I haven't personally met the few that rule, the Oligarchs, that is. My information on them is limited, I'm afraid, but my personal experience, mostly from observation, but also other unfortunate incidents, dictates that I can only draw a single conclusion, which is that they are managing the city in a selfish, incompetent, and rather oppressive manner. Gah! At least no one disturbs me anymore, if we ignore the environment itself, that is. Observant you so close, Norman gentleman. Good, you're learning much. Yeah, so the Institute of Chort must be played, because what I'm seeing here, right, is the three main classes that everything sort of revolves around in every RPG, which is, like, Warrior, Rogue, Mage. So to me, like, if we assume JKK is nothing, right? Then that would leave... what? That would leave Cortec. That would leave the security, Praetorian security, and Chort, Institute of Chort. And to me that says, like, Praetorian security is warrior. Institute of Chort must be mage, and it's obviously not mage, it's like psychic. So then Cortec must be rogue? And if that's the case, maybe we should be throwing in with Cortec? I suppose that makes sense. That might be what we do. The young, slender woman gets up from behind her desk to meet you. At first glance, she appears to be a rather gentle creature, one that would find great difficulty facing the hardships of life outside her comfy desk. Yet, something in her stance and confident motions suggests the exact opposite, that beneath this soft exterior, one resilient human being, only hidden from plain sight. As your eyes meet, she flashes an almost blinding smile, which precedes her equally bright and pleasant voice. Oh, hello and welcome. I'm Vivian Young. You must be UnderRail if I'm not mistaken. Yes, my name is UnderRail. Lovely. In that case, I have a very interesting proposal for you, UnderRail. You came here at just the right time. By simply looking at you, I have a feeling that you could be the right man for this job. I like the sound of that. Okay, let's go. I don't know how well informed you are, but JKK plays an important, dominating role in Core City's complex ecosystem. Founded by Mr. Gunnar Edstrom, one of the Oligarchs. Ah, okay, so JKK is an actual faction. JKK easily cemented itself as one of the largest and most successful organizations in Core City, primarily thanks to the development of an advanced broadcasting system, which popularized Arena throughout the UnderRail. Of course, while it is what JKK is most famous for, there is more to JKK than just broadcasting arena matches. JKK is the dominating player in the betting business, advertisement, animal import for the arena, and much more. So what does JKK need from you exactly? We need someone of trust to perform certain tasks for us. Certain tasks? Are you talking about some dirty business? No, drats. I'm sorry if I was misrepresented. That's not what I meant. Allow me to explain. In today's world, big organizations like the JKK, Cortec and such, no matter how powerful they might be, are still very, very vulnerable to corporate espionage, property theft, and destruction. Dare I say, much worse things. That is why we need trusted and capable operatives to help us combat all that. Specifically, we want to offer this job to you. We want you as one of our operatives. Me? How do you know I can be trusted? I just walked in here straight from the street. Yeah, pretty much. We have eyes and ears everywhere. We're JKK. She smiles. I mean, we can't tell 100%, let's be honest about that. But we will put you to the test soon enough. So far, when all is taken into consideration, you look promising. So if I accept this job, what will I be doing exactly? Well, as an operative, you must be capable of working alone and executing your missions both effectively and efficiently. Some missions might even lead you into very dangerous situations, so you must be prepared for that too. Most, if not all of them, will be strictly confidential, so you require your absolute discretion. All details will be revealed to you once we make an agreement. So, did you make up your mind? Yeah, I'd like to think about this. I'll be here once you make up your mind. Okay, so it's possible that JKK then might be the rogues. So maybe Short isn't an option. Which would leave me with... what did I say? Cortec and Praetorian Security. So Praetorian Security is obviously the quote warrior path. So then maybe Cortec is the intelligent path. Maybe. Welcome back, sir. How may I help you? Looking for work. Do you have anything available? Most certainly, sir. Cortec is the top technology... yeah, okay, so technology research and application, so that's the intelligent path, like the mage path. Technology research and application company in UnderRail. We have several open positions in the fields of geophysics, chemistry, and ballistics. Could you please specify your qualifications so that we may proceed? As a proficient crossbow user, I think I know a thing or two about ballistics. Well, I'm afraid not. We are in need of a ballistics expert, but we might have something different available. Could you please tell me your full name? TheOzzieNerd. Allow me to do a quick check on you. She starts typing something on the keyboard. I see. You seem to be in luck, sir. We do have a position available. Please, if you'd like, talk to Mr. Joseph Harlan. He's in the office right next to this one. Down the hallway, first door to the left. Oh, and before you go, I also need to inform you that the upper floor is off limits to all non-employees. Thank you. Thank you, I'll go see him. It's the first door on the left. So, that one. The man behind the desk greets you with a closed-lipped smile, one you'll find almost never leaves his face, while his superficially good-natured eyes are always focused on you, scrutinizing every motion you make, and seem capable of picking up every single detail, no matter how minuscule it might be. It is an inescapable feeling, and it is making you suddenly become self-conscious of your appearance and behavior, and how any of that will reflect on the interview you are about to have. Welcome, TheOzzieNerd. I'm Joseph Harlan. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'd like for us to move on to the reason why you're here, if you don't mind. So are you interested in working for Cortec? Sure. Not generous with words, I can say. He smiles. You might find it surprising, but I'm positive you're the right person for the job I'm about to offer you. Or, as the numerous residents of Core City would say, you'd dominate it. What exactly is this job you're talking about? I'll be honest with you, Aussie-nerd. Cortec, because of its wealth, status, and importance to this city, has numerous enemies trying to bring it down. It's a sad state of affairs, I know, but that's the state of the world we live in. Of course, we have our own security forces, however their effectiveness against more surreptitious threats is quite limited. We are in need of someone who can act as a low-profile agent, is capable and willing, and can accomplish given tasks effectively without ever being associated with Cortec. Should he be compromised? Sorry. I'm sort of reading and speaking as I go. Now, let's make one thing clear. We aren't talking about any illegal or immoral affairs here, or anything similar. We simply seek our safety and the prosperity of Core City, and for that, it is sometimes necessary to act in the way I've described. Are you interested? How do you know you can trust me? We know. We have our ways. I'd like to think about this. Please do, Mr. TheOzzieNerd, but don't take too long. He smiles. I'll wait for you to make up your mind. So, we could do JKK or Cortec. I don't really want to check out Praetorian Security. I don't think it's going to be a good fit for us. So, okay, let's have a look at our character sheet and sort of go from there. Dodge evasion, stealth, lockpicking, hacking. So that sort of leans us towards rogue, but then we do have biology, persuasion. I don't know. I'm sure it's not as strict as that. I hope it's not as strict. Like, I'm sure we could probably join Praetorian Security, but I just don't think it would be a good fit. And I guess, on top of that, if we want to do the Daniel Arder thing, Cortec's probably our best bet. They would have the technology. You know what? I think we're gonna go Cortec. We're gonna side with Cortec. I imagine this will lock off JKK and potentially Praetorian Security. Would not be surprised. What did you decide? You can count me in. He smiles. Excellent. Those words mark a beginning of a very important chapter in your life. You're now an employee of Cortec and are free to move around most of the building. Some areas are off limits, of course. You'll be paid for each individual job accomplished. Generously, rest assured. And last but not least, your safety is guaranteed within the Cortec building, I can say. I noticed you are quite a combat-ready sort of person, but in here you may be at ease. Since that's out of the way, I can say I already have a task for you. What can you tell me about JKK? He smiles. JKK is a large company owned by Gunnar and Edstrom. He came to Core City many years ago and delivered something the other two oligarchs needed. Back then, Arena was pretty much a local event, but JKK made the first arena match broadcast, and over time, it became what it is now. Now they control the betting, they transport animals to the arena, and much more, I can say. Those monitors on the streets, trims, put there by JKK. Keep one thing in mind though, Agent, there is more to JKK than what I've just told you. The operatives are capable of doing very, very sickening things, and they have eyes and ears everywhere. Just keep that in mind. What can you tell me about Praetorian Security? See, like, I could ask people on the street what they think about, Cortec, Praetorian Security, and JKK, but I don't think that really means anything. They don't know. Whereas, like, if I ask Cortec about JKK and Praetorian, they know what's going on. Praetorian Security is owned by Chief Archibald Knight, and it can be considered the dominant security force in Core City, I can say. Still, while they claim they are the best, I have to disagree. They have the numerical advantage, but Cortec's security forces have much better training and equipment. Praetorian Security is so old-fashioned. But let them have it their way. Of course, all this is between you and me, Agent. Smiles. We don't need to listen to him about Cortec, he'll just buff it up. I'm ready for my first task. Actually, I have to go now. I'm gonna go talk to JKK again. See if they will talk to me. I kind of suspect they won't, because they know everything. Like, they're gonna go, no, you work for Cortec, we're not letting you in. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me at all if that door was shut, but it looks like it isn't. Okay, I'm gonna chuck a quick save in here. We're gonna talk to Vivian again. If we can. They might shoot us when we walk in. Oh. I'm so sorry, but we've been informed that you're working for another organization at the moment. I know it sucks, but I'm afraid that's how things are around here. I wish you all the best. Goodbye, UnderRail. Yeah, okay. I too am sorry to hear that, but what's done is done. Goodbye, Miss Young. Yes, that's what I figured, so it sort of locked off the other ones. Makes sense. So this is where you can sort of break up into the different kind of factions in Core City. So how does Chort fit into this? Back again, brother. You mentioned you're a Chortist. What is that? Actually, yeah, we've read all this. Have you perhaps been... Adian, pardon me. I understand it's a bit too much. But you know what? We hold lectures about Chort here in Core City. If you want to learn more, come and attend one of these lectures. I think that's a more effective way to comprehend the subject. Proven. He smiles. Have you perhaps been to Hardcore City Bar? I haven't personally been to this place, but some of my brothers and sisters have. It seems very devolved. They do it mostly to discuss Chortism with as many people as possible, which is understandable due to the popularity of it. Devolved? Well, degenerate, decadent, something that has passed into a worse state. It is a common expression among us Chortists. What I found peculiar, though, is that the missionaries absorb several local terms there. For example, I've heard phrases like, "that's freaking hardcore," or "zone out," being uttered by them on a worrying number of occasions. If this trend continues, a certain form of intervention might be necessary. You understand Core City slang words. Very unfitting for a Chortist. I'd like to attend the lecture you were talking about. Very well, or as some of us Chortists would say, Apex. We will be holding a lecture quite soon, in fact. If you wait just a bit for others to arrive, we will be able to begin. Begin lecture. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Am I going to get inducted into a cult? Thank you all for taking the time to be here today and for putting your trust in us in the midst of all that has been happening lately in Core City. The corrupted Faceless are known for ravaging everything they lay their dystrophic eyes on, and us Chortists know that very... well, we have a long history in dealing with these monsters, and have always opposed their foul ways. We understand that during hard times, it can be difficult to put trust in something you're not familiar with. Yet amazingly, more often than not, dire situations are the cause for people to explore alternative options. Believe my words, during this lecture you will receive nothing but absolute, undiluted truth regarding Institute of Chortism, and what it can offer to you. Let us begin. First of all, I feel it is important for me to say that we are not a religious cult, as we are commonly accused of being. We don't worship imaginary beings, gods, devils, or the like. Our robes do not exist so that we may intimidate. They have a symbolic value which will be explained later. Everything I tell you during this lecture is based on evidence, on hard evidence, on research, on scientific investigation. Every claim here is backed up by careful and extensive research performed within Institute of Chort under the watchful eye of a dean, its founder. But what is Chort exactly? Chort is a single multicellular organism discovered by a Dean almost a century ago in deep caverns, and is suspected to be one of the oldest living organisms in existence, a primordial being. It is completely formless. It exists in a state of regeneration, which it undergoes whenever the environment it lives in greatly changes, requiring a different form to survive. Aiden discovered it during its current regeneration cycle, and the creature allowed him to study it. What we learned during these studies was truly magnificent. First, I need to discuss the term non-coding DNA, sometimes referred to as junk DNA. Non-coding DNA, in simple terms, are DNA sequences of an organism which do not encode protein sequences and therefore have no direct biological functions. For example, almost 98% of human DNA is non-coding, with only around 2% of the total genome being responsible for what you are, how you look, how you behave. Chort, only 0.5% coding, but there is a neat little secret. Its non-coding sequences serve as a sort of biological backup for the creature to rebuild its coding DNA, if damaged by radiation, mutations, or simply by a large number of replications, and modify and also adapt it for scientific needs. In short, it can undergo a process of regeneration and adaptation until it builds itself anew, and perfects itself for the world it lives in. Aiden found this remarkable, but what is even more is the fact that this knowledge allows us to do the same thing with humans as well. Institute of Chort was soon born with a single unified idea, to direct the evolution of the human race. Chort's ideology reflects just that. We will preserve Chort and valuable knowledge it bestowed on us so that we can bring ourselves to new heights. We live in a desolate world, and the environment is not our only enemy. Just look at the recent events and you'll understand my point perfectly. Institute of Chort gravitates toward adapting the human race to move beyond these dark caves and reach the surface. Again, everything I just told you can be backed up with solid, proven facts. Chort is evolution. Evolution is Chort. One cannot go without the other if we are to stop ourselves from ultimate demise. And with that, I will end this short lecture. I know you have many questions, brothers and sisters, and know that these questions can and will be answered. To get these answers, one would need to travel to Institute of Chort in Upper UnderRail and become a Chortist. Only then can you have access to all knowledge we possess and help us further understand Chort to help not just us Chortists, but our whole race. Please understand that Chort is important to us, and so it is to you, and we must propagate this knowledge to all who are willing to listen. As Aiden once stated, we can and we must. I hope you've learned some valuable information during this lecture. That is all for now. Thank you, and Chort guide you. Interesting. So some sort of weird creature in the deep caverns, which we haven't been to yet. Okay, not really going to talk to me. Fascinating. I wonder if we should go and join the Institute of Chort. Not because I believe that human evolution is good or anything. Not the way they're doing it, but I don't know. It sounds too important that we're not gonna sort of hear more about it in future. I'm ready for my first task. Good. Your first task, UnderRail, is to find one of our agents who has recently disappeared. He is known under the pseudonym Raoul. He shows you a picture of a young black man. Take a look at this picture of him. Notice a distinctive scar on his right cheek. He should have returned from his task several days ago, yet he stopped communicating with us right about that time. He was last seen entering the Core City sewer system. The sewers are not the most hospitable place, I can say, but the Faceless are one extra reason why you must take extra care when going there. I want you to find Raoul, dead or alive, and inform me of your findings. What was he doing in the sewers? He was on a confidential mission, the details of which I can't reveal to you. I'm on the job. Good, I'll be waiting. Yay, we get to go and play in the muck, in the sewers. Yay. But at least we have a mission now, so I'm hoping that after a while, maybe they'll like trust us enough to run a test on it or something. I don't know. We probably want to go to the lower level, yeah? To me, that's where the sewers would be. The lowest. Could be wrong. But isn't this where we saw old what's-his-name? Can't remember off the top of my head. Ooh, a ladder. Let's go down here. That leads to the sewers. Yeah, this guy. Old mate. Sergio the Wizard, that's him. Into the sewers. Suppose we just keep heading down? What's the actual mission say? How else do you find a Cortec agent role that has gone missing recently spotted entering the Core City sewer system? Okay, I don't really know where the entrance to the Core City sewer system is to begin with, so... Oh, okay. Okay, we have been here before, but I don't really want to. I mean, this is as low as it gets, so I guess we just keep following this canal? Maybe? Canals lead to sewers, sometimes. He says, with a big shrug. Okay, this seems like a sewer system. So let's put a quick save here. And actually, let's put a hard save in here, because we are pretty much right on time. So, on this sort of cliffhanger-y thing, I'm going to leave it right here. So thank you very much everyone for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the TheOzzieNerd, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or two with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to give any hints, tips, tricks, feedback on the videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comment section down below so I can see it. And I will see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.